In an age where our digital and physical lives are seamlessly fused, a quiet transformation is occurring within the very architecture of our minds. This shift centers on our most human of inventions, reading. Unlike spoken language, reading is not an innate, hardwired skill but a cultural achievement, one that our brains must painstakingly learn to perform. Through neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself, we build dedicated neural circuits for interpreting symbols, drawing on regions for vision and language to forge this new capacity. This learned skill, however, is not static. The circuits we form are shaped by what and how we read, meaning the brain of someone immersed in dense novels is wired differently from one acclimated to rapid digital skimming. The heart of this transformation lies in the erosion of deep reading. This is not merely attentive reading, but a rich cognitive symphony involving the construction of mental imagery, the drawing of inferences, and the practice of empathy through perspective-taking. When we read deeply, we step into another's shoes, a process that enlarges our understanding of the human experience before we come back to ourselves, enriched. This capacity is foundational for critical analysis, personal reflection, and wisdom. Alarmingly, evidence suggests that as our screen time increases, our propensity for empathy decreases, pointing to a direct link between our digital habits and a contraction of our emotional and intellectual horizons. The primary culprit is our increasingly fragmented attention. We now consume vast amounts of information in brief, disjointed bursts, a mode of processing that digital devices expertly encourage. This constant skimming and multitasking cater to the brain's novelty bias, offering quick hits of dopamine that make sustained focus on a single, complex narrative feel arduous. The author discovered this personally, struggling to reclaim the patience needed for a once-beloved novel. For children, whose prefrontal cortices are still developing the machinery for impulse control and long-term reward, the effects are even more profound. Their brains are highly susceptible to becoming addicted to this cycle of overstimulation, which can elevate stress hormones and rewire neural pathways toward a perpetual state of distractedness. This neurological shift carries profound societal implications. The ability to read deeply is a cornerstone of education, citizenship, and personal development. There is a growing crisis where children, immersed in digital environments from their earliest years, may not develop the cognitive deep reading circuit at all. This isn't merely about preferring books to screens, it's about nurturing a specific brain architecture that enables contemplation, critical thinking, and empathy. The solution, however, is not a wholesale rejection of technology. Such a stance is neither practical nor desirable. Instead, we must become biliterate in our approach, intentionally cultivating different reading brains for different purposes. The path forward begins in childhood. The most powerful tool is the simple, ancient practice of reading aloud to children. This shared activity does far more than teach vocabulary, it builds the associative framework for deep reading, fostering security, imagination, and the neural connections for focused attention. It is an act of love that no screen can replicate. Supporting children's literacy requires a sustained, community-wide effort to provide mentorship and resources at every age, ensuring the deep reading circuit is established and fortified. For adults, the task is one of reclamation and conscious design. We must actively protect what the author calls our third life, the rich interior world we access through deep reading, which allows us to transform information into knowledge and knowledge into wisdom. This means creating tech-free zones, scheduling time for immersive reading, and modeling these habits for younger generations. It means choosing the medium appropriate to the goal, a digital device for efficient information gathering, and a physical book or dedicated e-reader for the slow, deep dive that builds understanding and insight. Ultimately, this is a call for a new literacy, one that recognizes the power of both the pixel and the page. By understanding how our brains are shaped by what we read and how we read it, we can make deliberate choices. We can harness the incredible benefits of the digital world without sacrificing the profound, empathy-forging, wisdom-generating capacities of the deep reading brain. Our future thoughtfulness, creativity, and compassion depend on this balanced, biliterate mind.